What's up, everybody? It's your boy Allan Wade back again with yet another video. We're just dropping them like crazy back to back to back to back to back. If you are visiting for the first time, please take the moment to subscribe to the channel, guys. I greatly appreciate it. We're growing our subscriber base and I need everybody that's watching to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the like button if you like what this video is about. You saw the cover, you know what we're doing. We are doing the Snapchat embroidery logo on our Brother SE600. And as always, I say if you haven't purchased your Brother SE600, use my link down in the description below to purchase yours right now, guys. Before we get started, I want to ask you guys to go to allanawade.com and purchase your embroidery files. And if you don't want to purchase embroidery files because you don't have a machine yet, you can hold off, but just go ahead to the website allanawade.com and buy some channel merch to help support the channel. Also, don't forget to visit my Facebook page, facebook.com/King A-Dubb and facebook.com/adubbproductions. Like and follow both of those pages, guys. Thank you very, 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 very much. Now, let's get into this design, guys. Now, if you've purchased your design already, you can just follow along. And if you haven't purchased your design yet, you can go to adubbproductions, allanawade.com. That was whack. Anyway, I got my colors sitting right here. This is gonna be black and yellow for this design right here. And here is our SE600. We have hooped our fabric already, and let's go straight to our embroidery screen and see if we can load up this design. Press the button right here to navigate to the memory card that we have right over there, and navigate to our folder that has our digitized files on it. Press the button. Waiting. I'll put so many files on here, and go over, and we have our Snappy Chappy logo. See our Snapchat? Click that, press set. Look at that, ready to go. End edit embroidery. It says this whole design is going to take 33 minutes to stitch. That's quite some time, guys, but it's okay because we're going to love what we get. Let's get into it, shall we? The first step is going to be to grab our embroidery thread, take off our spool saver, being very, very careful to keep the thread on there and not just rip it off and mess up everything. And then we're going to go over to our SE600 and we are going to thread the machine. It's asking for yellow, and we have a lot of yellow right here. Good thing we're not running low on yellow. I'm gonna have to start buying some more colors because I've been stitching out quite a few designs lately, and I'm going to be running low soon. I think I gotta buy black. So I have some more black in my kit actually, so I don't need to buy black just yet. See how easy I thread that up, guys? I didn't even like talk through it. It's very, very simple, very, very easy. Once you go through this with me a few times, you're gonna be a pro, just like I am. I'm gonna start considering myself a pro by now because you know, if you can teach somebody something, then I guess you can consider yourself a pro. Mental note, guys, for those of you who are just stitching this out for the first time, see this lever right here? When you put it up and you press this button, it's not gonna do anything. It says lower presser foot. Acknowledge a message anytime it gives you a message. See the whole design right there? It says it takes 33 minutes to print out, 13 minutes for this, 4 minutes for that, 11 minutes for this, and 5 minutes for that. All right, let's go back over here and let's lower back down our lever. We're gonna just call this a lever. I always call it a presser foot, but I don't think it is a presser foot. In the comment section, what is this called? Is this called a lever? Is this called the foot embroidery foot lever? Or if we have a sewing foot on there, we call it a sewing foot lever. All right, that's what we're gonna call it, the lever. All right, so now that we have the green, we're just gonna press go, and it's going to start embroidering. Move this out of the way for you. Let me get a higher vantage point. All right, how y'all liking that vantage point right there? I'm feeling it right now. And you can see that it's doing the outline of the Snapchat man right here. I think that is awesome. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That is dope. All right, look at that right there. SE600 is stitching out this design like a pro. It's putting down the back stitch right now. This is very, very light yellow. I'm anxious to see when it's all on there what it looks like. Stitching out the back stitch right now, and after it stitches down the back stitch, it's going to go ahead and start stitching out the layer that we're all going to see. All right, so this back stitch, when it does this, it kind of like gives the design some type of girth, some type of, you know, layer, some type of substance. When you don't stitch, I could have opted to not have a back stitch, and I do that for some of the components of my designs, but for the most part, I want you guys to have nice quality $1 file. Oh yes, this file is going on my website, allanawade.com, for $1. So if you like what you see and you want to get into any embroidering, all you got to do is purchase a Brother SE600 or a Brother PE800. Use my link down below to purchase one of those machines, and you can just buy my files all day long. I'm updating my files from non-stop every week. We'll have new files on that website, allanawade.com. So you can just stitch out all my stuff onto your garments, decorate your children's clothes, decorate backpacks, decorate hoodies, decorate pants, decorate shirts, decorate baby shirts, baby onesies, all these nice kid-friendly designs that will have your child looking unique and awesome. Nobody else will be wearing their clothes because it'll be one of one. Guys, it's not a production unless it's a A-Dubb production, Dubb Nation. Now you see the quality of that stitch right there? You see how thick it is? Look at the yellow was very, very light, and I was a little worried about it, but now they're stitching out, it almost looks like a golden yellow. I love it. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and let this stitch out a little bit, and I'll get right back to you. Just keep on going along and follow along the lead of the video. Just do what I do. I'll be back with you after it's stitched out some more. One thing I always notice about the SE600 when stitching out files, oh my God, I can't help but to reiterate how clean this looks. It's so tightly stitched and looks so clean. I think I found exactly the right amount of stitch length, or stitch width, or stitch gapping. I forgot what you call it in the software. I think I found a perfect amount to make it look just golden and clean. Anyway, yeah, one thing you'll notice about the SE600 is it'll start one side, and then when it's a little bit in, it'll go to the other side and go meet up with that side. And then when it gets down here, it's going to run down, and then it's going to start stitching this way and meet up right here, and then be done over here. You'll know how the machine operates after you stitched a few things out. So get familiar with your machines and stitch out some designs. And if it doesn't work for you, like it didn't work for me at first, then just try again. But one difference between you and I is you actually have somebody to show you how to do it, so you won't have to go through all the crap that I went through when I first got started. I wish I had a me when I first got started. Actually, no, I don't, because I wouldn't know everything that I know about the machine now, and know its functionality, and know the problems that happen. I wouldn't know all that if I had a me. So that's the one downside to having me as your aid, guys, but don't worry, I'll tell you guys every problem that I run into, so no fears. All right, be right back when it's over here, approaching the end, guys. And what you'll notice when you get to the end is the Brother SE600 slow down and then stop. Look at that, seamless. Look how awesome that looks. I mean, you don't even have to finish this if you want to. You can just leave it like this, for real. Like, if you got a black background, if you're putting this on a black shirt, direct to garment or something, you can just leave it like this, you know? But we're not gonna do that, because we're gonna stitch out the whole thing. So we're gonna take this out Take the yellow thread out of the top. Take the yellow spool out of the top. Take the yellow spool out of the top. Take the yellow spool out of the top. Alright, so make sure we wrap this up. And we need white too. That's one thing I don't have in front of me, but I'm gonna reach behind me and get some white after we load up this black. Because it's calling for black now, and it said the black is going to take 4 minutes to stitch out. So, and I think it's gonna do the outline, the perimeter around the entire thing. So let's get some black up in there. All right, we got our black all loaded up and ready to go. We're gonna push this button right here, and it's just going to start to do its thing. If you're British, it's going to do its thing. See how close it is on that edge right there? Oh, I just love when it does that, because that means there's gonna be no gaps in between the design and the outer perimeter. It's gonna turn around and go back with precision. The preciseness of the SE600 never ceased to amaze me every single time I embroider one of my perfect designs. Yes, snarf, snarf. If anybody can tell me where snarf comes from in the comment section down below, then you might just get a free merch shirt. Let me know down below. Snarf. Snarf, snarf. So guys, you can see the SE600 starting to stitch out the black outline. Let me reach over here into my handy dandy embroidery kit and grab the white thread, the white bobbin, set it to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and put the yellow away. This is how you want to keep a clean workspace. While you work, you just put stuff away, and you know, stuff doesn't get cluttered, stuff doesn't get messy. You won't accidentally drop a bobbin and mess your whole thing up. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this stitch out, and we'll be right back. You see how thin I made that? It's like a bead. You can feel the embossedness of it, and it just looks clean and awesome, and I love it. I like that I did it like that. Like this video right now if you like how this is turning out, guys. Like it right now if you like where this is going, guys. Those of you who haven't yet purchased any of the designs yet, head on over to allanawade.com and purchase your embroidery file. If, in fact, you have yet to purchase your SE600 sewing/embroidery machine, then use my link down below. See right here, it says that the bobbin thread is almost empty. As you guys can see, I have a whole bunch of half full bobbin threads right here. We're gonna go ahead and use all of those while we're stitching this out. So I'm gonna grab one of them, choose one of them at random, and I'm gonna come back over here and we're gonna use the rest of these bobbin threads, because waste not, want not. Let's keep on rolling and show you guys how to do this, because you will run into this issue. All right, so bobbin thread is out. I'm just gonna hit OK. I'm gonna raise this up, swipe it one time. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have swiped it. Okay, what I should have did, guys, was I should have hit the scissors button. So I made a mistake. But I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna snip it right here, since I didn't hit the scissors button. I actually pulled some of the stitch out, so we're gonna revisit that when it starts stitching out again, and hopefully there won't be a gap or anything like that, but we'll see. We'll see. Messed that one up. So that's what you don't want to do, guys. You want to make sure you push this scissors button right here so it can cut, and then you go ahead and pull and swipe one time and pull the thread out. All right, so don't do what I just did. Okay, so the reason why I took this, I shouldn't have, I'm messing all up, guys. All I wanted to do was loosen the thread. I took the whole entire spool out. All right. That's because I'm trying to do too many things at the same time. It happens to the best of us. So let me rethread it, because I'm not changing the thread, I'm changing the bobbin. All right, rethread the machine. Jeez, real easy. Through here, over here. All right, see, even the professionals make mistakes. So this is how we re-spool the thing. Raise the presser foot, down and out. Look at this. Because I didn't cut it, because I didn't cut it, even the thread at the bottom is still attached. All right, now look at the bottom of this. You see how clean it is already? It's like really, really clean. You can see how clean the design is coming out. Really, really nice, really, really clean and professional. All right, so let's get back to how you change the bobbin thread. All right, like I said, I'm gonna put a bobbin thread that I already had. You can see there's still some thread left on this bobbin right here, but this is pretty much empty. So I'm just gonna take the rest of the thread off of here and throw it out and rewind the spool for use on another design. I'm gonna take this spool that's almost done, and I tried to not waste that much thread, so I'm just gonna put this in here, and this is gonna be out soon also, so I'm just gonna run all these threads down. You know, don't like to waste a lot of material, especially since I'm doing a lot of these designs. Now this is the moment we've all been waiting for, because I pulled some of this out, and I think it actually pulled some stitch out. So let's see what happens. I pushed it back down, and let's see what happened, if we get a gap or anything like that. And right now, guys, it looks like we have no gap. I can see a little imperfection in there, but there's overall no gap. Let's go ahead and trim that. And we are cooking on gas still. Cooking on gas still. Now, if that hadn't have happened, if I didn't pull that thread down, you wouldn't have seen, like, I see a little speck, a little tiny speck up there of something peeking through, but look, I just trimmed that down as good as I can, and now you see absolutely nothing. Brother SE600 keeps on going like a champ. Doesn't get better than this machine. You can upgrade and buy a bigger and better Brothers machine, but overall I'd say just buy a Brothers. Use my link down below if you're buying the SE600, the PE800, the SE or PE19, 18, whatever they got. Use the link down below. It helps the channel out a lot, and I greatly appreciate it, guys. All right, so we're almost about to finish up. I was gonna pause and come right back to you, but I'm gonna go ahead and let it finish up, and then we're gonna put in our quad thread, and it says it's gonna take 11 minutes to stitch out. So we're approaching the end, and as we approach the end, as always, the Brother SE600 starts to slow down and then stop. Watch this. Let me predict it. Brother SE600, slow down right now. On point. On point. Let's see if you guys can do that. I know my machine. I know my machine. Now, when it stops like this, it's not stopping for bobbin thread. It's stopping because it's done a stitch. It already cut it. All right, so now you can go ahead and take out the top thread. Take out the top thread now. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes we will make. I'm having fun doing this for you guys. Are you guys having fun? I'm having fun. All right, now we take our white thread, and once again, I'm gonna hold my finger on here, and I'm just gonna peel it off like so. So I don't pull any excess thread off this way. All right, now take it to the top of the machine. Put it in here like so. Bring a little thread like so. Through, under, down, around, up, over, over. Let me hold the thread in place. Over, so it can go down. Gotta get some tension on there so it can go over and in. Down, hold, through, grab, up into, handle down, lever down, press through, embroidery shears, scissors down, and we are ready to go. Ready to go, ready to go. Cut it a nice length, and start the process of the white background of the ghost. Now this is gonna take a while. I have some more spools ready to finish up. So we're gonna finish up all these little white spools. I got about 4 of them sitting over there, and all of them need to be finished up. So I'm gonna finish them up on this design. All right, so it's gonna go ahead and trace out the edge. As you can see, laying down the back stitch. Awesome sauce. gonna go ahead and take one for the gram. If you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me now at A-Dubb Productions on Instagram. Follow me at A-Dubb Productions on Instagram, guys. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll be right back when it starts stitching out the thick layer. Right now it's just laying down the back stitch. All right, so I want you to catch this, guys. So the bobbin thread is out once again, like I said it was gonna be out. I'm gonna show you the correct way to do it now. Acknowledge. Now it's out. I'm gonna hit the cut button. That's gonna make the machine cut the thread, both top and bottom. And just a side note, guys, look at this stitch. I chose a different type of stitch for the background of the ghost, and you'll see that when it gets done. But now I go ahead and raise the presser foot, or the embroidery foot lever, swipe once, and see, didn't have that problem. Now the thread came through, and now we're just gonna go ahead and change the bobbin. Take the design out. I'm glad I used a lot of this thread right here, because now I don't like to waste, like I said. So there's only a little bit of thread left on there. Clean that up later. Now we get our other one that we need to use up. And don't be cheap like me, guys. Just go ahead and load up a whole full bobbin, but waste not, want not, you know. Over time, all the stuff that we waste, it really does add up. All right, because even though I'm saving this thread, I'm still wasting a lot of thread, because the spool that I just replaced, that I just took off, it still has a nice amount of thread on it. I mean, look at this thing, you know? So it still has a nice amount of thread on it. This is not, you know, something a lot, but, you know, it just, you know, but it just had that much more thread on there, and I'm using it now. But between the last one and this one, over time, this is a lot of thread I'm throwing out. Can you imagine if I didn't use those? Look over here, look. Over time, this is a lot of thread. Imagine if I just didn't use the other ones that I have sitting over there. And I got, what, 3 more sitting over there? Look, 3 more sitting over there. Because like sometimes when I make videos for you guys, I just put in a brand new spool so I don't have to change the spool. But, all right, so now we're just gonna put this back down and start the stitch again. And I want you guys to look at this back stitch right here that I chose to use for the ghost. I think it's gorgeous. Let me stop it one time, because we have some excess white thread sticking up right there. Stitch that out, blow it out of the way, and go ahead and start it back up. I love this stitch. It looks awesome. I can't wait to post this on the gram. You see the ripples of it, how it goes in and out? That just looks dope. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments down below. I think it looks sick. So here is our Snapchat. Another angle for you. You guys can see the dimples in the ghost of the Snapchat. I think that is awesome. Sick looking. Feeling it. Alright guys, once again, if you haven't purchased your design yet, go ahead to AllanAway.com and purchase your design now. If you haven't purchased SE600 yet, go ahead and purchase your SE600 from the description down below where the link is. See all the information on the touchscreen, the color LCD touchscreen right there. This machine seems complicated and intimidating when you first get it, but after you use it a few times, you realize that like it's really nothing to it. It doesn't even have that many buttons, to be honest with you. Once you start using it, you realize it doesn't have that many buttons. So let the stitch out, and I'll see you guys when we're almost there. We got 1 layer of black to go, and this design will be done. Now you guys can see and get a full understanding of what I was talking about when I said the background layer is a little bit different. It's textured out. You guys see the texture on there. Look at that. You see the texture. Let me take a shot for the gram real fast. These other embroiderers are not doing it like me. I'm giving you something different. Not only am I giving you something affordable, really, really affordable, really, really fun, but I'm giving you something different. You get different vibes other than just a regular stitch regular. You'll get no regular over here. I'll be as different as I can and give you guys stuff different that other people, I don't want to say they can't do it, but they don't want to do it. They're going to charge you out the wazoo for it. I'll give you something different for $1. That's right. See when it's done. Actually, we're going to hit the black next. The black embroidery thread is next. I'll see when it's stitching that out. Alright everybody, we are at the final leg of the design. We've already preloaded, we've already loaded up our black thread. We're just going to press start to go ahead and start stitching out the outer perimeter of this ghost. Let's see how perfect, if at all. And look, the bobbin thread is almost empty. Now, I want to show you guys something, right? When the bobbin thread is almost empty, you don't want to do this, right? But I'm going to do it just to show you guys. When the bobbin thread is almost empty, you can hit OK, and you can just start stitching again. But what's going to happen is you're going to get a message again saying that the bobbin thread is almost empty. Sometimes it'll stitch for longer than that, guys, but no, in this case it didn't. So I'm just going to acknowledge, and I'm just going to go ahead and change it out. What a bummer. But don't forget to change it out. Hit the cut. You heard it, cut. Lift this up, swipe to loosen, up, over, out. All right, and let me change out this bobbin to yet another one that needs to be used. This one's almost done. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get a new bobbin because these ones are pretty much done. Got a whole bunch of them over here that I wound up, and after we do this design, I'll wind up a whole bunch more. Now guys, you can use the same color bobbin of thread that you're stitching out. I just want you guys to know that it doesn't always have to be white thread, but white thread is the most available that I have, so I got a whole bunch of white thread. So I'm using white thread. You can use black thread, you can use whatever color thread you want, to be honest with you, but most people use white thread, and you know, it is what it is. So ideally it'd be nice to use the same color thread as the color that you're stitching out, but who got time to wind all those bobbins and stuff? Alright, so it's going around the outer perimeter. And look, perfect. Made the hands look kind of small. It's gonna get right here and it's gonna go back. And this right here is gonna be kind of thick because that's how I made it. I made the ghost thicker. I made the ghost black thicker, as you guys see, than this outer perimeter right here, because that's the way the Snapchat design is. So you can start to see the thick ghost design outline. Give this video a thumbs up right now if you like this design. If you like this design. I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it? I'm feeling it. You should be feeling it. So this design is nearing completion. And before it gets to completion, I'd like to thank you all for joining me. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. I'd like to thank you all who've purchased this design so far for your hard-earned dollar bill. I'm not being smart. I'm being very sincere when I say that. I thank you for purchasing my design and look forward to making more cool and interesting designs for you. If you want to join my mailing list, go to my website and there should be a pop-up that comes up, allanawade.com. There should be a pop-up that comes up and you can go ahead and put your name and your email address in there so that I can start emailing you guys every time I come out with new designs. So make sure you're subscribed to my mailing list, guys. All right? And it's going over one more time. That's right, because, okay, I know it. I know why. Okay. Yeah, so this design, you can, it's hard to explain, but it's going over one more time. Just know it's going to be embossed, it's going to be thicker, and it's going to look better because it's going over one more time. Didn't mean for it to do it like that, but you can actually stop it right now. But if you stop it right now, just make sure you hit the cut button. You hit that cut button, right? Look, see how it's jumping like that? You want to hold it down. It sticks like that sometimes, but just let it do its thing. Didn't damage anything, didn't hurt anything. But you can stop it right now by hitting this button right here, and then hit the cut button. Look at that. That's what happens when it goes over like that. All right, so let me tell you guys what's going on. So I made this design so that the background, the yellow background, doesn't stitch out. I mean, so if you notice when we first did the design, it didn't stitch out like a whole yellow on top of this thing. It stitched out a yellow, but it had the area where the ghost was, it was missing, right? So because when you do that in the software, sometimes it adds a black border around the area that's not stitching. I don't know why it does that, but you pretty much can't take off that border. So that's why it's doing this jumping thing right now, because it's really, really thick in those areas, and the thread is kind of like sticking a little bit because it's hard for the needle to like get through. And that's why it does that sometimes. But overall, it doesn't do anything to the design. It just makes the thing more embossed, and it gives it that jump type of thing. So you guys could have stopped it already, but I just want to stitch it all the way through to show you guys that nothing will happen if you stitch it all the way through like that. All right, so it's done. When it's done, you're gonna see this thing that says embroidery finish. You acknowledge that, go over here, and it should have already cut the thread for you. So I'm just gonna raise this up right here, and I'm gonna swipe once and to get the loose thread out, and then we have our design right here. I think it looks dope. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks clean. What do you guys think in the comment section down below? Only thing I would have did differently is I would have used gold thread instead of the yellow, because this is not dark enough. Actually, yes it is. This is exactly the type of thread that they use on the, I mean not type of thread, but color of the Snapchat logo. And there's nothing that needs to be stitched. Like I said, this is raised up a little bit because of it went over there twice. Nothing needs to be snipped. If you look at the back, we can see how clean the back came out. Back came out really good. Just click off some of these like long parts right here. And if you look at the back, and what you can do to avoid that like jump, like when I changed the thread, the bobbin thread, you could actually start cleaning up your back, the back of your design as you change the bobbin thread, because sometimes it'll create like these big little puffy parts right here, and that when the machine goes around these puffy parts, these tight little edges, that's when it starts jumping and catching. Like a jump right here, jump right here, it jumped a little bit around here. You can see the joints where the thread could possibly catch onto, like these tight little turns that the needles have to make, and that's why it jumps and gets caught a little bit. So what you can do to prevent that is like these loose threads a little bit. It won't prevent it all the way. It's still going to be like thick, but you can start cutting these like loose threads as when you change the bobbin and stuff like that, so that you don't have so much debris all over the place, guys. And I'm just snipping this away right here. But overall, I think the design came out great, and we got exactly the effect that we wanted. Snapchat Halloween. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this, guys. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and are pleased with your $1 embroidery file. I'm in love with this pattern at the bottom right here that the ghost outline is. I absolutely love it. So once again, if it's your first time here, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to check on the site periodically, allanawade.com, for new embroidery files. It's your boy. Thank you for watching again, and I'm out. Peace. Boom. Turn up that, crank it up. While I listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby.